Cool. Now let's apply this YAML and see everything in action. So in here, inside of my terminal, let me just come out of this node in here. And here I'm going to say kubectl apply -f and then pv-pvc.yaml, enter. And there we go. So we have persistent volume claim, and we also have one deployment in here. Now let's quickly have a look at the PV. So here I'm going to say API-resources. So I want you to see the resources. So here, let me just press enter, and there we go. So in here, have a look. So if I scroll up, we should see that we have persistent volume claims. So that's the name. The short name is PVC. It comes from version 1, namespaced, true. The kind is persistent volume, claim, and the same for persistent volume here. So PV, version 1, and the volume, actually, it's not namespaced. And this makes sense, right? Because the volume, again, remember, you have a volume, which is the storage, and then for the pod to use it, you have to have a claim. So that's why the claim is namespaced. And what I also want to show you is, so let me just search for class in here, and we have storage class. So at the very bottom in here, this is how you create a storage class. It comes from storage.kates.io version 1, and the kind is storage class in here. So let's now use kubectl to view these. So here, let me just clear the screen, and then I'm going to say kubectl get PV for persistent volume. And there we go. So you can see that we have my PV. This is 100 megabytes, read, write once, recycle, bound, the claim in here, my PVC, and the storage class is manual. So let's also have a look. So let's just say, so we're going to describe, and then PV, and then my PV, and I got a typo, so describe, and there we go. So you can see more information about it right here. So let's also do the same for the persistent volume claim. So get PVC, there we go, and we can also say describe PVC my PVC, enter. And there we go. So you can see that we have also information about it, right? So now let's actually have a look. So let's say kubectl get and then pods, and you can see that we have this pod right here and it's running. So this is cool. So now let's just exec into this pod for a second. So kubectl get and then pod, oh, actually exec, and then here dash ti or it is the same thing, the name of the pod dash sh, enter, and there we go. So now here, have a look. So we mounted before. Remember, if I open up VS Code, have a look, user share nginx HTML. Let me just command C, and here ls, we have user. So let's just say cd, paste that path, enter, and then ls. Have a look, we have the index.html in here. So this is cool. So this is inside of our container. So let me say cat index.html, oops, enter, and hello PV and PVC. Kubernetes is awesome. So this is nice. Now let's go ahead and basically access our application and see this in action. So what I'm going to do is the following. Let's just go back to VS Code for a second. And in here, let's create a service. So same file, so service. And this will be, let's just call it, so PV-PVC. And then the port, or the actual selector, my bad, is, so app PVC, the same, so app PV-PVC, and then the port, let's just say 80, target port 80, And there we go. Now here, let's just say that this will be, so enter, we can say type, and then let's just say that this is a load. So load balancer, and let me save this. Now let me go back to my terminal and let me come out of this container, just like that, clear the screen, and then apply the YAML. There we go. We have a service, kubectl get, and then svc. There we go. And you can see that we have our service, type load balancer, external IP pending. So let me open up a new shell, just like that. And here, this should change as soon as I say, so let me just say no for now in here. And then as soon as I say minikube and then tunnel, put my password, and now let me just run again, kubectl get service, and have a look. We have the IP address right here. So let's just take this, open up the web browser, and then in here, I'm just going to paste the IP address, which is 127.0.0.1 localhost, enter, and have a look. Hello, PVC and Kubernetes is awesome. So there you have it. You've successfully managed to use a persistent volume from the host file system. And in here, so we only got, what was it? So in here, 100 megabytes, and obviously if you need more you can increase this, but there we go. And the volume mode is file system right here. So obviously we haven't done AWS, GCP and all that stuff. So if you are to do the same in those cloud providers, then this will be slightly different, having the correct parameters for the corresponding cloud provider. But I'm going to leave a link where you can learn more about it and how to set it properly in other cloud providers. If you have any questions, drop me a message. But as always, you can grab this YAML right here and make sure that inside of the node you create basically this as you saw before, and everything should work. This is all for this section. If you have any questions, please let me know.